This is the Come Up Show where that feel-good music lives, real, recognized, real. We're here at the Manifesto, super producer, owner of the Wonderful World Music Group. Professor, please introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? Manifesto, Toronto to the world. Knife Wonder right here, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. I'm doing well. And to the left of me, from Greensboro, North Carolina, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Phonte. How y'all doing?
You're a professor, sir, and one of the reasons why you wanted to teach is because you wanted to teach the youth where hip-hop comes from, the sampling, the soul, the background of that. How do you feel that we can do that on a larger scale? Because I think that's so important, and we're not really educated into where the music comes from, where the sampling and the influences come from.
It's just up to us to take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? It's up to us to just take it, you know, to the next level as far as in the academia. More of us get involved. Myself is involved. Bun B is involved. So a lot of us involved in doing music. I mean, hip-hop and curriculum and in college. If that's the case, then, you know, we'll get more serious about it and it become widespread.
Matic and Knife Wonder, I'ma make it big. Yeah. I'ma make it big.
Ninth, in the intro of your album, The Wonder Years, you talk about legacy, where people, what you do the best that you can, and the people out there decide your legacy. And I've seen an interview that you did as well too, where you talk about destiny. Can you tell us the difference between destiny and legacy?
Legacy is something that everybody else decides on your career. What did you leave? You know what I'm saying? The individual just does what they naturally, you know, put on this earth to do, or whatever. But then destiny is something that I think that, you know, has a lot to do with what you decide for yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm working towards. And it seems like, you know, in the point that we leave this earth, and once you reach your final destiny, you know, a final destination, after that point, that's when the legacy kicks in. That's the difference between the two, really.
Shit, I'ma make it big.
And in your song, in your album that's coming out, the first solo album, The Good Fight, you say there's a legitimate struggle between being a nigga and doing the right thing. Can you give me some examples? What would you say is things that you might face where you can do the nigga thing or the right thing?
You can do the right thing. It really has nothing to do with music at all. A lot of people thought that it was a commentary on the rap game or whatever. That song ain't got shit to do with music. It's just more so about what does it mean to sell out in a world where doing the right thing, quote unquote, means less and less. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what does it mean to be a stand-up person when you look around and all you see is people profiting off of just being just evil people, you know what I'm saying? So so that was what it's about. But an example, I guess, I don't know. I mean, you know, doing the right thing, starting off your day is saying, okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna do my job, I'm gonna come home, help the kids with his homework, and then I'm gonna go to bed and sleep well. That's the right thing to do. Like, you wake up like, that's the good thing to do. The nigga thing to do is just be like, fuck this shit, I'm going to Hawaii, turning my phone off, and I'll come back when I get good and damn ready. That thing, that kind of just running away and just saying fuck it all, that's, yeah.
To my man still hustling hard, trying to get it at whatever the cost, wherever you're at or whoever you are, that's me. All day.
Making decisions, and the same song that we were just talking about, there's no blueprint for what you do, and every time it seems like the game changes on you just to mess you up. What is your GPS? What is your guidance? How do you find like your way?
Well, I think it really you just have to listen to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, people who, you know, say, you know, prayer or you know, not to be religious or whatever. Or people say, you know, well, there's a voice inside me telling me to do this, do that, do that. You know, some people call that just your inner voice or your instinct or whatever. I really think that's the voice of God. I really think that voice that you hear inside that's telling you, nah, don't do that, don't do that. You know, people say, well, I'm waiting for the answer from God, as if God is just gonna, you know, call you. Hold on, I got a call. It's God calling me. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But just that inner voice you hear, that is a higher spirit, I think, leading you to the direction you need to go. So when I say it ain't no blueprint for it, there's no roadmap for life that can tell you each and every pitfall to to avoid. You just kind of have to do the best you can and listen to yourself and always follow your heart, you know what I'm saying? And once you make it through one challenge, you're gonna just have another challenge. It never gets easier. Your challenges just change. And that's pretty much what life is to me.
Ninth, you talk about when an artist is coming up, maybe say underground for example, and they're coming up and get to that certain level, maybe they hit mainstream, the fans like want to keep that artist to themselves.
I mean, it's basically what it is. It's like, you want to, Phonte talks about it all the time. You want to always one-up somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's a one-up situation. You want to have something over somebody. You want to talk about, I'm going to put you on to this person, and it's always you the person that comes to the party. Y'all don't know about X rapper. Okay, so then what happens when you come to the next party and then everybody knows about X rapper? Then X rapper's not cool anymore. It's just, that's your whole thing to cling on to, just to have over everybody. I think the person thinks it's whack, but that's what it is.
The Best of Phonte just came out like around like 70 tracks. Like seeing that, did you reflect on that? Like wow, like did you look back on that? Or?
Yeah, when I listened to it, I was like, God damn, that's a lot of damn rap shit. Like that's, it's long as hell. Big shout out to DJ Flash, who just did an incredible job with that mixtape. But nah, man, I'm just the kind of person that I very much have tunnel vision while I'm creating, and I don't really look back or look ahead. I just kind of just look straight ahead and just focus on what I'm doing at the time. So it's not until years until after the project is finished, I'll call Ninth and be like, yo, man, like, remember that shit we did in 06? That was pretty fucking dope. You know what I mean? And, but, so looking back on it with the Best of Phonte joint, it definitely put a lot in perspective. And so just knowing that I've accomplished that over the years was a good feeling.
Hey yo, stand clear. You are not a man if you cannot stand here. Phonte make the song cry grown man tears with that Bull City flow off the corner of Austin and Angier.
Last question for both of y'all. I want to ask you first, Phonte. What does music mean to you, sir?
I think music is the thing, which I guess could be said for all art. I think music is what connects the physical world to the spiritual world. I think all art is just the things that, the things that exist on a plane that we can't comprehend. Art is the bridge that bridges those two things. You may not know how to tell your woman exactly what you feel for her, but you can play a song that explains it all. You know what I'm saying? You may not know, you may feel like, God, I'm stuck in my life, I don't really know what to do, whatever, and you don't know how to say that, but you can play a record like The Good Fight and be like, yo, that cat know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. This is what I go through. That's what I think music is. So I think music is just the connection that binds, the spiritual things and with the real world things.
For me, it's the way of life. For me, especially when it comes to hip hop, it's like it's the way of life. I say all the time, for the music that I make, I don't make music just for, my music can go for a funeral, it can go for a birth, raise children to it. It's for a cookout. It's definitely everything that makes up me or whatever. I can honestly say for the past 10 years of my musical life, 365 days a year, music has been in my head 363 days of it. You know what I'm saying? I can go anywhere, whether it be I be at a funeral, I be at my little girl that, walking across stage to get a 5th grade diploma. I'm playing a song, a soundtrack for that particular moment. It's just life for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I think everybody should have a passion, and mine is music.
Same here. Thank you very much, Ninth and Phonte, for the interview. This is the Come Up Show where that feel-good music lives. Real, recognize real. We out.
One time, yeah.